What medium?
Overflowing with these chords, got no limitations. Try to match my battle spirit, I'm just hitting combinations. Competition ain't in my division, looking like some lightning. My track will put you through the ceiling, I'm about to go berserk. I got let them know I'm most reppin' that red sign, that vibrate. We alright, no chance y'all be alright. Black, purple, yellow, red, white. Possession, you gon' take the dark side instead. I'm awakening, I'm ready for the confrontation. Stacking bodies next to bodies like an inside my DNA.
It's probably one of the more interesting technical difficulties I've been a part of.
Definitely a technical difficulty. I couldn't stop it once it started, and I was like,
I was fine. I love this intro, and you know, we got things to talk about anyway when it comes down to it. Hi everybody, how y'all doing?
welcome back. We're live. Thanks for coming back, folks. Yeah, it's 2026 now.
It's already been it's the middle of January. That's the crazy part about this. This is happy out.
But did you see the anime slate though?
It is a good month. It's a great month.
Oh, it's I'm full. I've been eating.
I am sufficiently distracted.
There's a lot of stuff happening in the world, but in my world, it's a good anime month. JJK and Free Rent come back on the same day. I get a new Fate series that's coming back. Like, they throwing hands and everything. Like, there's so many great new shows coming out, and it's like, oh shit, we getting a new JoJo's. Like, what more can I say?
I have questions about the JoJo's thing, but that's conversation for later, I guess. Sup, Fluke?
Sorry, I'm just getting myself together. I've been making sure everything is fine on everywhere else.
True. Well, we were just getting into intro, so since you're speaking, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, my nigga?
You're speaking just now. Are you not speaking now because?
Yes, this is your intro time.
And you're kind of in that slot, so you know.
When I said I was checking to make sure everything else is fine, I was like going to all the social medias here. Excuse me. Hi, peoples. 2016 or 2016. Sorry, 2026. I'm
Wow.
getting over like sickness.
Bobby.
I'm getting over sickness and hunger here. Not the game. And it's your boy Fluke. How y'all doing? It's been a while. Glad to see everybody's doing okay. First show, I gotta make sure I eat. You know how it is.
It's important.
Always snacking.
I don't think he's failing. It's
always snacking, always.
He hasn't even introduced himself, and he stopped to eat midway.
Yeah, man. How I do it?
It's pretty on brand, I suppose. Speaking of on brand, I guess I'm the allegedly nice man from Ohio because I'm continuously out here just throwing light bits of shade at Fluke over here, just continuously. But happy to be back. Happy New Year.
And I am Maul, your favorite friendly neighborhood menace. I am back. It's a new year. And, according to my job, I'm sick today. Cough, cough. So,
Cough, cough. Indeed. For real though. It's a lot of nastiness going around.
dog, everybody's stomach's been fucked up in my house for the last, I want to say 3 weeks. Like, Ryan went to school, threw up after not being in school over the whole holiday break, and then took a week off.
It's exactly what happened to me.
No,
Got sick, stomach expelled everything, could not do anything. That was it.
Yeah,
I was done for like a couple days.
Whatever y'all got going on over there on the far East Coast, leave that shit there.
You don't want any?
Nah, I'm good.
Off work a couple days.
All the way fucking good.
For free.
Hopefully it passes before BlurCon comes, because that's gonna be tragic.
No, for real. At least y'all get it out y'all system. What would suck is to leave, go west, and then come back during BlurCon. That would suck.
Yeah. GalaxyCon has Hayden Christensen coming.
That line's gonna be obscene.
Oh, I was at AwesomeCon and I seen how large that line was. And I absolutely decided for myself, do I really want to make the white that jealous? Nah, I'm gonna just go on Sunday. He won't even be there on Sunday.
That's definitely some Sanji ass bullshit with that type of energy, bro.
I want you to know, if I did not have to work because I was taking off for BlurCon the week beforehand, I would be there that day in the line, autograph plus picture. I paid the whole money.
That's fair. I'm not gonna hold you on that, but no, it's good to see y'all again. It's been a couple months at this point. We did we do a show in November, or did we hit Thanksgiving and then just kind of disappear?
I think we went on hiatus and just was like, yeah, we out.
All right.
It was definitely a hiatus because of all the holidays and everything coming up. There were people traveling. It was a lot.
Facts.
Now that we're here, all the crazy holiday stuff, because it always happens at the end, because the holiday after the holiday after the holiday, it's like jam-packed, one smack after the other, you know what I'm saying? Glad that it's kind of over and done with for the most part. Now we can get back into a more steady groove like we've been doing.
Grooves are important. So what is on the docket today? Are we having an impromptu trial, or
No, it wasn't. He hit it by accident.
We ain't putting the nigga on trial. No, I'm just fucking with you. Today we are talking about endings. And like good, bad, indifferent. Like, we've talked a lot about like Attack on Titan's ending, and we talked a lot about other endings. And as you can see from my nifty jacket,
we can talk about that today. Actually, that's the thing.
Yeah,
it's no longer manga only. It is now out. That show
officially the end. It is officially the end. Our Hero Academia graduated.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about the extra stuff they did at the end of it?
For the manga?
To the anime.
Was it neat?
I don't remember.
Was that not all in the anime? In the manga?
I don't remember. I don't remember Izuku Midoriya becoming Iron Man when I was reading it.
Oh no, that
definitely
happened in the manga.
When? Did I stop? Did I stop reading it a week early or something?
It's been a while, right? Because of the way they separated the anime and the arcs. Just like they say in the anime, if it makes it easier, Class 1A pulled in all the money that they did, like they all the research and whatever, all the stuff on their quirks and what he did, and they pulled it in to make a suit. That's why All Might had the Iron Man suit. That was the prototype that they were gonna give Deku anyway.
No doubt. but that's what I'm trying to say. I don't remember reading that.
Yeah, because he's like, it might have been after everybody kept making the memes of Deku like working at at McDonald's, where they were like,
Okay.
had a Bakugo pulling up with Ochako, like, oh man, look at this nerd still working at McDonald's, not even a real hero. After that, they had Deku as a teacher, and then All Might pulled up, gave him a suitcase, and said, "Hey, look, this is the suit that all your friends pulled in."
You know what? I'm tripping. I remember reading this. Okay, yeah,
okay, cool.
Right.
Cool. I wanted to explain how he
quit
his job at
okay, so all of that happened in like it was like a panel and a half. It was like a page and a half almost.
Yes.
So that's why I was like, I don't remember this.
Because I think the way it was set up is we saw All Might fight overall. They're all foreign, sorry. And we were like, well, how is he going to do it if he has no powers? And then they showed the suit. And we were like, holy shit, that's a cool suit.
I just double checked it. That he really did walk up to him verbatim with the suitcase and all that fun stuff.
They're like, here, bro. And they were like, what is this?
That's what I'm trying to say. They drew that.
Before this started, I was like, yeah, Curtis, we're not going to talk about My Hero Academia ending. And then y'all niggas read that and then just went right into the ending.
He don't know as long as you don't say anything specific. I'm not going specifically. I'm just talking about the suit case.
I'm just saying.
Sorry, the baby woke up midway. As I am here, and Brittany is in Texas, so I'm being daddy today.
No facts. You get to do everything.
Anyway, without spoiling the actual end, because it's not all that happened at the end, I will say the My Hero Academia ending was great. I would have liked to see I think it's an extra 0.5 manga chapter. I wish they did put that in the anime, but it's fine. The ending.
So that is becoming animated. It's just not animated right now. They do also have 4 more movies, if I'm correct, because it was 5 movies before the Your Next movie. So there's 4 more My Hero Academia movies coming out. So you aren't getting the end of My Hero Academia. Yeah. See? This is what happens when nerds don't read.
I mean,
that's a lot of movies for an ending of the anime, unless they're giving
Vigilantes more time, which, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Vigilante was... Can we talk about how... Never mind. We can't talk about that because Vigilante's about to get a season 2. But I prefer the ending for how the hero got his ending over Izuku's ending, and as terms of My Hero. But I will say, while I was never really a fan of Attack on Titan's ending, I always appreciated the consequences that came from it. Because I am a man, although I love Supernatural and Supernatural's ending, I'm a man who likes consequences. Some shit gotta happen with some shit you go through.
Things have to change, no doubt. And honestly, there's only so much that you could have done with Attack on Titan's ending. Although I will say I did like the anime's interpretation of the ending a little bit better than the manga. Just because there was more nuance with the anime ending versus the manga, which was just like that question was kind of crazy, Armin. Where is this coming from?
Nah, facts. But yeah, I preferred the fact that, like, in the end, there were actual changes and things made sense to where it was and what happened to them. It wasn't just, hey, Aaron did this and everything's okay. No, things changed. There was lasting peace. Like, didn't last long, but it lasted long enough.
Yeah, but that's the reason that we can give that ending as much crap about it as we can is because of the fact that at the end of the day, you failed. You planted the seeds of fascism, my guy. That is, it's arguably almost worse than what the Marmians were doing to a certain degree.
Right. No, that's facts. I will say that something that brought about this episode and made me really think about this episode was how, I want to say 20 years ago, because we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of how Teen Titans ended. The original OG, all you get is a Teen Titans Go crossover, and I'll never make anything extra after that. The ending you got was Tara comes back, she looks at Beast Boy, and he's like chasing her around for the entire episode, and she just goes, "Things change." What the fuck do you mean things change? Why do you leave this, and this is the cliffhanger that you leave me on?
I didn't exactly say things change. No, don't get me wrong. I'm with you. I didn't exactly like that ending. That could have been in a different episode somewhere else. She said, "The girl you're looking for is not me. You have your friends are calling you. You have other things you have to do. Me, I'm just a regular girl." And she disappears into the crowd. She moves backwards, disappears in the crowd like she has earth powers. Because she kind of just moonwalks smooth past and disappears. So she didn't want to get caught. She wanted to just disappear, which things change, sure. I don't quite understand the ending for it. Or I do. I'm not a fan of it though. Because it could have been something different. It could have been, yeah, I am Tara. I am that girl, but I just can't live that life anymore. I've done too much,
So,
and I want to live.
Here's where that pissed me off. You ready?
What was that?
If that was the ending to just that show, it'd be like, that's a bummer. But it's the ending to the culmination of everything starting with Justice League. This is the same Batman that teamed up with Static Shock from the Justice League, because this was the same Static Shock that got into the Justice League, which connects this to Batman Beyond. So every show that started on that kind of wavelength ended right there.
Kids WB DC Universe was actually really good. Really good.
It was the first crossover that you got that you loved.
I don't really think they missed once. I liked both Justice Leagues.
Facts. Like, and they had very like adult themes while very childlike themes.
I can tell you where they missed. They missed with Superman show. Superman show was a flop.
So Superman show was kind of mid, but it was also Superman. There was only so much you can do with his stories and shows for a child's show without it seeming like, because you're comparing it to Batman, which is also running, and then he's crossing over.
Superman's Dark Side arc was pretty good, though.
Yeah. But when you're comparing this with children, kids love Superman as Superman. Beat the bad guy, smile, do some cool stuff, Superman. With the dog.
With the dog.
With the dog, yeah. There were a couple adult themes going on there. Flash made a little peep into Superman's show. Said a lot of things he probably shouldn't have said that were for adults for sure. Definitely wanted to get inside of Lois's pants. And he said that actually. Yeah, go back and go look it up. Go look up the Superman Flash race.
Was watching a lot of stuff that we were watching as a kid recently here, and it's pretty wild.
It's bad.
There's a whole sex scene in Yu Yu Hakusho, bro. I didn't remember there being a whole sex scene in Yu Yu Hakusho.
What?
Towards the end, yes. Ryzen is at the end of his life. Ryzen's talking to Yusuke about his ancestor, and then all of a sudden they just naked. Like, bro, what? Dad, I want you to tell me about how I got sired. What are you doing? This is gross.
Like, bro, look, check this out. We look like this. It moved like this. Tell you what. Before we go any more into the unknown territory that we probably should not go into, it's about endings, right? Media endings. Can you name an ending that you really liked from something? Like you really liked it, like you were satisfied. Like you
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Hmm?
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
You mean Full Metal Alchemist?
No, Brotherhood.
You mean Full Metal Alchemist?
Brotherhood.
Of Full
I
Metal
absolutely. You have any clue how upset I was at the end of Conqueror Shambhala?
I could guess.
Oh, you can guess.
I can guess.
So
I can
yes,
take a guess.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, perfect ending. I don't want. I will die on that hill. I'll fight anyone who wants to come up here and wants to and say this is the wrong hill. No, this is the correct hill. If you're on any other hill than this one, you're wrong.
Yeah, I definitely would have to concede to that because, like, honestly, what better ending could you find?
Right. I mean,
Like-
and there were consequences. My guy still doesn't have a leg, and he can't do alchemy anymore. I'm pissed. Why'd you take my guy's superpowers away? But you know what? It's fine.
He had to. Like, he had to. There had to be some sort of consequences. You played with life and death. You won. There's got to be some consequences to this.
Gotta be some consequences.
So
Because you can't go back to be just playing God. I got to teach you a lesson. I got to humble you.
from what I'm hearing, it sounds like y'all love endings that throughout this series collects all the sins and then like dishes out the karma that is being deserved by either the villain, main character, or just anybody who's using these type of things, right? Because that's what it sounds. That's what I hear from the earlier Attack on Titan. You know that Aaron's your boy.
Where are you going with this flute?
Well,
My wall.
anyway,
to
like
check.
that. The
Unless
thing
you
that
got
he
me
did,
a Aaron Funko Pop.
the choices that he made, he had to suffer the consequences. He knew he was going to suffer the consequences. Everything that happened was all planned out. He already knew he was going to die that way.
I mean, yeah. When you take out 80% of the planet's population, you can't see the end of that story, period.
Semantics, because I can't concede that Aaron died.
Well,
You seen it the way I seen it. His eyes looked like he could regenerate, and they buried his head. And then a new worm popped up at that same tree where they buried his head.
Yeah,
they
worm
implied
came
a
back.
new worm popped up at that tree.
or whatever that thing is. That thing came back. Aaron gone. That boy, he.
That's what I said. Whatever is left in there is not Aaron Yeager.
That is not Aaron.
If anything is left in there, like I said, they implied that particular cycle started again, but that wasn't the implications of the ending of that show. The ending of that show, the implications of that were it's a cycle of war. And
You don't think Aaron's trapped in it with Ymir?
Nah.
No, Aaron gone.
I honestly feel like that what they did dealt with Titans, period. Like, unless there's another creature lying dormant in that spot.
Yeah, someone else is going to be a giant titan.
It doesn't feel like this thing. Like, I get what you're saying. It regenerates, but at the same time,
all the shifters' memories and all the other shifters over time were still trapped inside of Ymir by the time she transformed. These weren't minions that she sent out. These were other shifters. This was signaling to you, this is what happens to all the shifters. They might pass on, but your consciousness lives on with Ymir.
Hold on.
That
would mean.
But didn't, if I remember correctly, that realm was like destroyed at the end because Ymir let go.
Did she?
We'll say
that was a very open ended. Because remember, at the moment Ymir let go, Ymir also flashed back in that episode.
That was one of the things that they changed in the anime. Like they didn't I wish we could show the panel. Because the panel that Ymir showed up in was different than what was
You know what? You're right. Then that just goes to show how bad like they can change or adapt, and like it just doesn't go the same way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I appreciate the anime ending a little bit more because while everything else still kind of happened, Ymir didn't show the level of emotion that she thought that she showed more emotion in the anime, which is why I was like, yeah, in the story, in the manga, you didn't understand that she let go in that moment. Like, she was watching Mikasa and Eren. Like, that's what she was trying to figure out. Like, that was her cue, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think Historia had any chances of turning into a Titaner anymore after that point either. I have to. It's been a minute. I could be wrong. Someone in the comments help me out if I am. But
I didn't mean to have you go into this Attack on Titan talk. I just meant I had an example of something, since y'all love the karmatic results.
My bad, Mikey. What you got?
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. I like going back into it. I'm just have y'all seen Code Geass, right?
Ooh, that was on my list. Yeah.
You've seen it or on your list?
No, as far as like my list of endings that I wanted to talk about today.
Oh, okay, cool. Because that's perfect.
Loved that
ending for Code Geass. Is that of your caliber? Would you like to go into this ending?
Now, are we talking movie or are we talking show?
Show, because
the movie is
it's more of a what if.
It's a what if. It's like if there was another parallel dimension or universe where he came back to life. Basically, at the end of the anime, and there was a lot of uproar in the community, everybody wanted Lelouch to come back. Everybody was like, he can't be dead. Everything like that he did and stood for it would just kind of be like.
The fan base confused me when I heard about it.
Yeah,
because I was.
But then the Rize arc, the new one, the show. Was he not? Was that not him?
So it's
Mikey, go ahead and tell the story, because like I was confused when I heard this.
No, you can go ahead. I still have to wrap my head around it and still be on that point of, yeah, he just dead. I'm gonna leave it like that because I don't want to be wishing somebody else to come back. Because I've had plenty of anime endings where I've seen my favorite characters die because of actions that they've made, and then like I had to live with that. Like, okay, they're not coming back. That's it. They're done. There is no fake out. There's no Kuwabara wakes up after getting stabbed through the chest because Toguro magically missed all his vital spots, even though he shot out so much blood.
So much. He was done.
I'm not gonna play that. You go for it. You explain it. You might do better than I can.
No, like I was confused about all of this because Mikey's right. Like the way that show played out between him essentially dealing to the way that he had his father dealt with, that perfect. Just get him out of the way. As a matter of fact, have God deal with it. Then to turn around and take over the world. Now everybody hates me. How do I break the wheel? My guy, break the wheel. No, I don't want to break the wheel. You gotta do it. Because everybody hates me. And if everybody hates me, they won't have time to hate each other. You gotta end it. You gotta be zero.
Basically, you got to be a sacrifice for a sacrifice. If your plan involves moving the world forward in whatever way you have to, there's sacrifices have to be made. And if you're already sacrificing people, you might as well just well, yeah, might as well just go for it too.
I mean, look, it's a tough subject, but honestly, if it were a situation where, I mean, hell, they did the same thing in Full Metal Alchemist. Basically, Roy Mustang was like, yeah, once we get rid of the Fuhrer, we stand trial for what happened in this in oh my god, Ishtar.
Yeah, because the Fuhrer going, they still had to take they took down the Fuhrer regardless, and then
Oh wait,
also
no,
the
time out. It wasn't Mustang who said that in Brotherhood. It was Hawkeye. I'm sorry, I got the conversations mixed up.
Yeah, give Luffy her due.
Yeah, but the point stands. Like, if the people who were like saying with these endings, if they're morally correct, they usually say, "Hey, I gotta suffer these same consequences." They at least acknowledge it.
Well, speaking of people who didn't morally suffer consequences, can we talk about how Jon Snow, like after he died, he came back and it was just we used to say winter is coming. That ending was so bad that we no longer say winter is coming. It just be cold.
Game of Thrones
coming all the time.
wasn't good.
I constantly tell people
after they decided to shit on it, so I can't even. When
did that happen? Was that the end of the 7th season?
What? That he died?
Yeah.
No, that was like the end of the 4th.
Oh,
the 5th was like the Battle of the Bastards. The 6th was that might have been the 5th. No, that might have been like the 4th.
Because there's a point that I stopped paying attention to everything.
Same.
Good, because I binged the whole thing all the way up until I got there. I started watching season 7 as it was like dropping, and then we get to season 8, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't wait to do this, and then we're going to do the Star Wars movies," and then it's like, "Oh, you're going to ruin 2 franchises." Got it.
No, okay. So it was the end of season 5 that happened, right? So for me, I stopped paying attention. Let me rephrase this. I did what you did. I banished it after season 6. I want to say is when. How many seasons of the show was there? 8.
8.
And
dreadful 8.
Church blow up and Game of Thrones. You can tell it's been a minute since I watched the show. Okay. The end of season 6. I remember this now. So the end of season 6 is where the books stop. Which is why I'm confused. What was your gripe about Jon Snow coming back to life? They
Oh no, I love Jon Snow. The ending of the show in general, Jon Snow was probably like my favorite character.
Okay.
Like the way that they ended season 8 was just, first of all, you get to the long winter, right? And you're like, yo, we about to see a battle to end all battles, right? No, it's dark. It's like everybody always complains about the coffee cup, but it's not the coffee cup. It was the lack of lighting throughout the entire fucking season. Like, Jesus Christ, like I get it. It's the Middle Ages with like one candle, one light. These motherfuckers are supposed to be rich. Like, I'm expecting at least a fucking lantern or something. Like, somebody could have lit a fire.
That maybe not. Like, don't get me wrong. For the sake of realism, I kind of get where they were. It was a situation where they had no money at that point in the show. They had already been like they had already essentially lost they had already lost more or less. So
you were the hottest thing going. Like
at that no. I'm talking about like in story. I can understand why it was actually dark, but for the sake of actually being able to see what's going on in the show, y'all can set lighting. Believe me, that's not going to take us out of this. We're already 8 seasons in. We're invested. Can we see what's happening, please?
I mean, I feel you. I just think that in general, like there were so many missteps and like so many mishandlings of the character, especially when you got to Daenerys. Like her character was just like you wanted so much more from her character, and then what you got was like an assassination of who she was, and it felt like the writers didn't understand what to do with her at that point. Then they just went, her family's crazy, she's gone mad, and it's like that's not who she was. Like she finally gets to this point where she suffered so much and she fought so much for it, and she finally gets here, and then she just chooses to burn the city down. Come on, dog.
Look, I'm with you on this. Okay, I heard someone say they were that you wanted a dragon queen. Now you're upset that she's doing dragon queen things. Like, no, that's not. It's not.
That's not the same thing though. Like, because
like
it's not who her character is, and it feels like y'all just went away to go away. And that's not what we wanted narratively. Like narratively, I wanted to see where her character goes and how she is as a ruler versus her not knowing. She led and freed so many people and led with so much compassion. So for her to end up this way really felt like they didn't understand who she was and what her character struggle was. Like if she could lose all of these things leading into this, why now does this now break her and this becomes the final step?
Because again,
Right. And I get that you don't know because like you stopped where the book stopped. So I respectfully I get it.
It's not that I didn't stop. I watched season 7 and season 8, but like you said, banished it to the shadow realm. I agree with you to a certain extent. I didn't mind season 7. My concern was the very, very end. You are correct. I am not happy with what they did with Daenerys. That's really my gripe as well. I'm just...
And then for Bran to just be like, yeah, I'll sit on the throne. That's what I knew the whole time.
No.
And it's like, the fuck? That came out of left field.
Bran being promoted was definitely out of left field. Technically, damn. But at that point in time, it was only the Starks left. Everyone else was dead.
There were plenty of people.
Who else would have been?
I genuinely think anybody would have been better than just giving it to Bran the cripple.
But who else would it have been? There were no Lannisters left at that point. Actually, I take that back. Didn't Tyrion survive?
Tyrion survived.
Tyrion survived.
Okay. Tyrion survived. He didn't want the job. I know he didn't want the job.
No.
Yeah. I mean, like in terms of like the families who were left alive and who they had available.
You know who I wanted? Jon should have sat on the throne.
Jon should have. Correct. Didn't want it. Wanted to go back to where the wildlings were, which I get it. Trauma. I don't want nothing to do with any of this anymore. I had to kill my girl. I want to go live in the snow someplace. I feel it.
He had to kill his auntie.
Look.
Because let's not forget that he was still smashing his auntie.
We are talking about Game of Thrones. These things are not mutually exclusive. Quit playing.
I mean,
actually with that. That's to be fair.
I mean, at this point in time, the last thing I read online, George R. Martin said, I don't have a plan to finish these books if I die. So I think this season 7 and season 8 is what we got, which that actually kind of tracks. So this is where we are.
This is where we are. But I will tell you, one of my favorite endings of all time was Breaking Bad. I don't know if y'all ever seen it. Okay, well,
everybody has seen Breaking Bad at least 3 times, right? At least 3.
Damn, I'm only on 2.
I'm at my 3. I've hit at least 4 or 5 because I've gone through it twice myself, and then once with Brittany, and then once more just because.
I gotta go ahead and turn on the ballot of Walter White with the kids.
Yeah, I feel like when you watched his story go, and you knew there could only be one ending. Like I appreciate them not faking out the death, like not cheating us of the death, not being like, oh, he died of cancer as he was making his way back down, and this whole thing was a dream. You got a death, you got a conclusion, you got to see everything. And then if you needed more, there is Camino and there's the prequel. And it's like,
yeah,
it's definitely one of those things. Like I said earlier, the you have the consequences for your action going through, and it has to pay off at the end. You can't just get away scot-free.
yeah.
This was not a happy ending. This was not a happy tale to begin with.
It was the correct ending, and that's the important part.
Yeah.
Like, don't get it twisted. There's a small part of everyone that kind of wishes he got away with it, but you knew he couldn't. You absolutely knew he couldn't. He was a terrible father, husband, friend, and person in general. He had to go.
Yeah. Like he did the worst and you rooted for him. But you also like you were okay watching him die. And I'm like, I'm okay with this. Because Walt was a terrible person. Like letting Jane die was like, Walter.
Right.
Wow.
No. Everything else you can kind of write off until then. Once that happened,
he did sell meth, but like, Walt.
I mean, yeah, he did sell meth, facts, but there's a certain level of personal responsibility that comes with that. But there is no personal responsibility for not. You know what I'm trying to say. The problem, the line that he crossed the line when he let her die, and then further crossed it. Matter of fact, just kind of sprinted past it even further when he lied to Jesse about it.
It got real when he lied to Jesse about it. In fact, I'll put it even further: is that he knew he was going to lie to Jesse if anything happened anyway, because he's calculating like that. Actually, he was definitely going to just play it off and lie.
Yeah, but
I'll take it one step further. Brock's mom only died because of Walt. Like he sent the skinheads to Jesse. So everything that happened to Jesse and everything of Jesse being tied up was because of Walter.
I don't remember that. It's been a minute, but
I'll agree. Only the consequences. I wouldn't say it's him like deliberately doing it and figuring somebody's going to die for it. I think it was just the consequences of like, I'm going to get them to do that. Whatever happens after that is whatever.
He didn't care.
Yeah, Walt no, that's it.
Did not give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not a good guy. He's really not a good guy. But
no,
Walt the perfect protagonist.
Walt was like a terrible person, like all the way around, and like you rooted for him, but you also like wanted him to die, and like I was okay with that. You know what ending I was not okay with, where I wanted it to like end in the death and it didn't? Dexter.
From Dexter?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm okay with Dexter's ending, actually. Well, I didn't watch any of them. I didn't watch the second series, so I don't know what happened there. But the first one, honestly, considering that it wasn't a secret anymore. He never actually ended. I take that back. He did kill the detective, although he didn't kill the detective. He definitely got the detective killed at the end of that one.
Yeah, it wasn't he wasn't directly involved with getting Dokes killed, but like that was still his fault. He definitely killed.
That's what I said. When it comes down to that, like, I wasn't upset about the ending. I was okay with it being left open-ended because, to be fair, I did enjoy the fuck out of the show. But I don't know. I'm glad that it got a continuation. I need to go ahead and check it out for real, for real.
It went downhill after the God, I can't think of his name. But after the guy came on, fuck, why can't I think of his name? The only thing I can think of is like the worst role that he's done. Well, not the worst, but the only one that comes to mind is John Lithgow, because I was thinking of Lord Farquaad. Don't ask me why my brain's always filled with Shrek, like memes.
But yeah, that's his name. Correct.
So after I want to say, was it the Jigsaw Killer? Whatever he was that came on and he killed his wife, that was the best season. After he had his wife and he had his family, that was the best Dexter. That's where Dexter narratively should have ended after that season.
Nah, because he had to get caught. Like, he had to get found out.
Yeah, and that last season should have been Dexter unfolding and unraveling, and it should have ended in Dexter getting either caught or Dexter dying. And the fact that it carried on too long is where it started to go wrong.
That's fair.
Like, I love Supernatural, but Supernatural could have ended 100 episodes earlier and I would have been happy.
I'm the wrong person to gripe about Supernatural too, because I couldn't get past the I want to say second season. I couldn't do it. It was just a little too monster of the week for me. And I honestly never cared for the writers that got greenlit on shows that were on the CW. Like, whatever common thread all of them had, I couldn't get behind any of it. I didn't care for Supergirl. I didn't care for
it does get less monster of the weeky.
I didn't care for Lantern, but that's my point. There were a lot of shows that were on that network that I didn't really care for the writing on. Hell, I used to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer religiously as a kid with my mom, and I still didn't like the writing in for real. The only reason I was actually involved with that show was because I was 10 or 11 and I was just messy enough to appreciate Buffy and Spike. Will they or won't they? That was the only reason I was there.
No, I never watched Buffy. Like, and I know people be like, "Oh my God, what do you mean you've never watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer?" I never actually bothered.
I didn't like Charmed, and I should have liked Charmed. It had a great story from what I understood, but I could not get past the writing. And it was the same thing with Supernatural. As I was sitting there watching it, because I was on Netflix with it, and I tried, I really did.
So what really got me into Supernatural was the fact that it had so many episodes on Netflix, and it was just like, oh, what's this? Well, it has 5 seasons. Well, no, at the time it had more than 5 seasons. It had like I think it had like 5 or 7.
I don't know how long it was. It felt like it was too long. Like, don't get me wrong. While I was looking for their father and everything like that, I was in there, but then there was too much shit in between, and I'm like,
yeah, because they hunt monsters.
Huh?
So like, the first 5 seasons is what was planned. So the first 5 seasons is like the story of them, and then afterwards the original like creator steps away, and then it goes and it becomes more like less monster of the week and more like, hey, this is what we're hunting this season. This season it's Leviathans. This season we're dealing with purgatory. This season we're dealing with angels. This season we're dealing with demons. This season we're dealing with this. And it's like, oh shit. Like, for me, I really enjoyed the show. But I also used to, like, on Thursdays, because that's the day it came on, and that was always my favorite day. One Piece chapter came out. Bleach
Thursday
chapter came out.
There was a period of time where there was like 5 mangas, and so that was on Thursday too?
All on Thursday.
You was eating.
Yeah. So that'd be my
And
Thursday during the day. I'd go to work, like get to read all the mangas, and then like I watch Supernatural 8 o'clock. Me and my little bro. So like that's our bonding time. So now it's like, yeah, we got a chance to bond. I got a chance to, still connect with you. Da da da. And I'm enjoying the show because it legit started as something he seen that I was watching on my profile on Netflix, back when you could share a profile on Netflix and not pay an extra like what, $3, $4? Whatever. I'm still not paying it. Fuck them.
so
Buy
that
your
way
own
going back to
Netflix.
my right.
Either way, like he jumped over seeing what was on my Netflix and was like, oh, well, I want to watch that. And then he started. So, Thursday was a good day.
Facts. I think my gripe about endings that are the couple of endings that I was thinking of, because I noticed that the ones that I was picking, they all have something in common. They are all just like shows that didn't get proper endings, or they ended and then their manga continued. Like, for example, one of my favorite reads ever because of this, actually, Tsubasa Chronicle. I was watching the show first, and then I got into the second season, and things got like really weird. And I looked it up.
Got weird, huh? Didn't
Weird
it?
as fuck. So I was like, "What
weird,
is this?" And then I looked. I'm like, "Oh, they started doing their own thing during the second season." Okay, let me go ahead and read this. And it was fantastic. Why didn't you just do this? So, there was that fucking one that I was actually talking to my kids about today. Magi had like their second season. Their second season was phenomenal, and I'm just like, all right, bet. When's the third one coming out? And my brother's sitting over here looking at me like, about that. So I'm like, oh, how old is this show? It's like 4 years old, man. I'm like, we're not getting another one of them. Fucking Dead Man Wonderland, which I still haven't read yet. So
give it a go, man. You'll love it. It's great.
It's a fantastic read.
I
don't doubt it. I was watching the anime and I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, it actually ends like before the mangaka dies. It has an ending.
Oh, that's good, because I was also going to say Berserk, but once again, that's because Father Time is undefeated.
Tell that to LeBron.
Which is why I need Tagashi to go ahead and just hang it up. You are not Eiichiro Oda. You do not have to write all of the Lost World.
Dog, and Eiichiro Oda thinks he's Hamilton out here writing forever.
You know what? Let him cook, all right?
I don't have forever, Dwight. I need this to end.
But you know what? I should have 10 more in me.
I waited 3 weeks, and then you hit me with a break.
Technically, the break should have been 4. You just like to read scans.
No, because Shonen Jump has it coming out tomorrow.
Oh, does it? Yeah, no, but Shonen Jump has what we read yesterday. Right. Now,
and then it still has a week and a break, so I'll still have a break.
I know. That's what I said. Your break was supposed to be longer.
That's bullshit. I don't want a long break.
It will be okay. Look. We only got 1 issue this year, which is fine. It's not like it was a bad one.
It's been 5 months since we seen Luffy.
That's okay. This wasn't about him.
5 months without the MC is crazy.
Okay. 5 months without Luffy? You know what? I didn't miss him. He's all right.
I did, because there's so much stuff happening on Elbat.
You're absolutely right. But you know what?
Can we say, as a shout out to season 1 of One Piece for finally coming to an end?
Shout out to season 1 of One Piece for coming to an end is crazy.
Long con, ain't it? This the old long con.
You know, you only got to tell people, come on, man, how bad can it be? I only got 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's cool. JoJo's is finally also probably ending their season 1. Don't worry about it.
Nah, JoJo's has different series.
I was about to say JoJo wasn't continuous, and even
y'all don't. Oh, you don't. You think? My brothers, look, you gotta understand. When were the JoJo series not connected? When did they stop being like connected towards a different like season?
No, see, but you're calling multiple different stories arc within an overlaying story a single season.
Right, because those are different series.
It's not
series?
like it's a situation where JoJo plays a new episode every week. There's not a bunch of filler in it. It takes breaks.
Of course, and the break could also be a filler.
Right, but that's different MCs each time. Like it's not as though like it's just straight up Joseph.
It's the same lineage. It's the same lineage. It's the same story. There's still one overarching villain who was fucking with their family. It's the same guy.
So you mark seasons off by the villain?
Guys, for arcs in One Piece, do you go you say like what it is? Like
yes, we talk about
Alabasta,
by its arc.
Right.
But the difference is One Piece has come on religiously straight for about that same amount of time. It's been on for as long as there's been very, very little breakups in terms of its scheduling.
Super little.
Like right now, right?
No, this is an actual season ending.
Yeah, which is why they're not announcing like an additional arc like they did last year.
They just announced a main break, and that's it.
When they took a break from animating Egghead, they reanimated Fishman Island, which I still need to watch. Actually,
so are you saying that each JoJo's part is a season?
Yeah, that's how it runs.
That's why it's a part. It's not a season; it's a part.
But it's a series. They're their own series, though. Because each series is different.
Yeah, you're splitting.
You know what's crazy about that? From Jonathan to Joseph, that is definitely not like a. You see, I can't even say that. Go back and look at it. Go from.
But there was a remake in between. They remade it with Jotaro to update it for the stands. So if it was just one continuous season, then all the series would be connected, and they can't be.
They had the initial first OVA, I guess, OVA, which was with Jotaro.
Wait,
yeah,
right? Yeah, you don't the first like OVA like of Jotaro when he
but the thing about that season and that series was it had Joseph without a stand.
Joseph doesn't have a stand.
Joseph has
a stand. Sorry,
Joseph has Harmon and a stand, but he didn't have either.
Right. That's not okay. I am only currently in series 4 of JoJo. I take that back. Series 5. I just finished 4.
Part 5. So this is very important that you say part, not series. The specific reason as to why it's not just. It's not a collective of series. Series is series. It's all still in the same world, going on the same line because it's the one guy who fucks up everything. It's still the same guy who's adamantly letting them breed. That's weird to say it like that. But Dio, I say it like that because it's capital.
Okay, so
is that guy.
Incidentally, I just got to Italy is my point. So who the heck is Jotaro? Jotaro is the guy who runs Star Platinum, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what are you talking about? I remember the first part of JoJo.
Oh,
Jonathan.
No, there was an earlier animation. I think it was an OVA. I don't want to call it a movie because I don't know if it was actually the movie, but I say OVA because it could be as long as it wanted to be.
Right.
Of like. I don't know if it was the entire part 3, but the main ending of it was pretty much part 3 where Jotaro was fighting Dio.
Okay.
It was that before anything else. the manga was still doing the manga things, but I think they animated that part 3. Y'all go. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Y'all go ahead and do your thing. Hold on, because I don't like explaining it and not.
No, you're fine. But I think the one true ending that I didn't really care for. Oh yeah, no, I said it earlier. I didn't care for Full Metal Alchemist's ending. Kankuro Shibata. I was probably like to essentially. I understand there's got to be consequences, which is correct. But if there were consequences, it should have been a situation where only
Got you.
What's that man's name?
I will step in and say that they were working on the source material.
But see, I don't count that when it comes down to the Full Metal Alchemist show, because what those writers did after they stopped following the source material, because they only got to like 13 episodes in or some shit like that with Full Metal Alchemist, and then they were on their own. They might have had an outline, because there are a lot of similarities down the line between what's going on with the homunculus and all that fun stuff. But the whole arc with Dante, Hohenheim, I fucking love their wrath in this particular one. Like the little boy who was basically left over after oh my god, what transmutation? Oh, who was left over after Izumi's transmutation. Like, honestly, the way homunculus were born in that particular universe in general, fantastic. Like I said, I didn't realize that show was not what was happening in the manga for years, because I wasn't reading my manga back then. I was only, but that's beside the point, because I was happy with the fact that it had ended. I was satisfied with the ending, but I was actually quite upset with giving Edward Elric the Spider-Man treatment. Like, why can't my guy be happy? Like, period. You know, this wasn't necessarily set up for that to be that type of a story, because especially considering they went through everything to deal with Dante, save the world, all that fun stuff. There was still like a world-ending threat at the end of the day. And while he wins, he's gotta stay in our universe with no way to get back home, period. So
it really felt like they didn't know how to end that.
They could, man, if there was ever a moment to just say, hey, we're going to go ahead and let the dust settle, and Edward and Alphonse are going to walk out from behind the dust, and Winry's going to run up and hug them at the end, that's your moment to do it. Whole Edward comes back for like 5 seconds with alchemy and gets suited up by Winry, and then runs off to save the day and never gets to come back. Come on, bro.
Especially in a movie, that's where you have it in better.
Right. That's why I'm saying, like, that to end the first Full Metal Alchemist series like that was just
I just knew that there was going to be a second movie where they came back and then like something changed, and it was
like legitimately speaking, how? When the only people who would be interested in trying to bring back the Elrics from that scenario, when it's a situation where you have to open the gate and it's expensive, was Winry. I think Winry's the only one who would have been crazy enough to even attempt it, but she was not an alchemist.
Right, but I think she would have made enough money and made enough noise to say to the people, hey, y'all owe them. They gave everything to save y'all, and y'all owe them.
But see, you gotta remember, the gate didn't work like that in the first series. Like, you still needed the Philosopher's Stone, and the only one that was still available at that point in time was Wrath. And part of the reason that Ed moved the way he did was to also save Wrath.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what I was saying. Like, don't get me wrong. I still want to rewatch it. I was trying to find some place to be able to stream it recently, but I don't think you can.
I think it's Netflix.
Is it on Netflix? Okay. I have to look. I'm not paying them at the moment, so I have to check someplace. But but my point is that was probably like the one ending that like bothered me. Like, I didn't care for GT, but GT had a fantastic ending.
Did it?
It did.
Yeah, it had a fine ending.
It had a great ending. Goku had to ride off with Shenron and got to do the never-ending adventure thing. I'm okay with that.
Goku,
that's kind of up Goku's alley.
Technically, I think it's gone on, but no one really talks about it. I think he technically died for good, and then Shenron was like, "All right, bro, we gotta go. You can't be part of this world anymore. You gotta go." Goku's like, "Yeah, I know. My bad. My fault, OG. Let's go." Because everybody's like, "What's going on? Where are you going, Goku?" "I gotta go." He couldn't explain it. Sorry, I gotta go. My bad. I did something, and now it's over. And then, that's
Shenron
how he
literally. Shenron
That ending was so bad that Akira came back and said, "This is the true ending," and Super, and then gave us Daima, where we could see Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 4.
Toyotaro said that everything is canon.
4.
Toyotaro, the successor, said that everything is canon.
Look, we gotta have a conversation about
meaning
Toyotaro,
Dragon Ball Evolution is canon.
No. Wait, we gotta have a conversation about Toyotaro but I think it needs to be a conversation for another day because that's about to be a long ass conversation.
Listen, I made this one joke at someone when they said that everything is canon, and they didn't find that joke as funny as I'm about to leave this episode at. I said, if everything's canon, then that means Luffy beat Goku, and he didn't like that.
That wasn't
talk about that crossover episode.
If all Dragon Ball media, like he said, was canon, then the crossover episode is canon.
Which crossover episode? Is it actually the Dragon Ball cross episode, or is it
No, it's a Dragon Ball Toriko One Piece episode crossover.
Not canon. That is a different world altogether. It wasn't.
Semantics.
If it doesn't have the actual
Luffy can
Dragon
whoop his
Ball,
ass.
No.
We out, y'all. Catch us on the next one. You can follow me at Blerdxtraphouse. You can catch him at Boot the Villain, wherever you can catch him, and you can catch him at DL Phrase. Well, we can catch us back next week. We will let you know on the interwebs what our next episode is. Peace, people.